Alright folks, hello and welcome to another league with Green White Company. Trying out a couple of changes. Number one, I added the fourth copy of Dryad in place of the third Tireless Tracker. I also got the Horizon Canopy. It just wasn't what we wanted to be doing. And there is like a very narrow scenario that would make us want to go the Canopy route and like use it to draw a card off of Knight or Reclaimer or whatever. So I just decided to cut it, added a Temple Garden, make our Flagstones better, make our mana base better, a little bit less painful. I also cut the path for the second copy of Revoker, and I also added a Bojuki Bog over the second Mind Sensor. So we're gonna be hopefully seeing whether these changes are good. Bojuki Bog seems to be in a fine spot right now, so I'm doing well, Hatelex. I mean, you just ask your favorite content creator, but if you're asking me, I can tell you that I'm doing well. A veces se me olvida que eres argentino y que sabes español, y sí, sí. Oh man, it's so cold today. My opponent got cold feet though. Look at that, just declining to join the queue. Cowards. Old World Bojuki Bog. Oh yeah, somebody said that earlier. I didn't actually see the things that they spoiled today. Oh wow, it looks incredible. Oh wow, it looks incredible. Oh my. It looks astonishingly good. Vito is an interesting choice. Also Solem with the OG art? Let's fucking go. That's awesome. Arch of Oraska, Raminap Ruins. Knight of the Reliquary, Abrupt Decay. Some sweet ones. Like, the Field of Ruin looks incredible to me. The Field of Ruin looks very good. Price Amalgam with the little grave thing in there. Oh man, so sweet. What do we got here? We got some dorks and some apparitions. It's good at slowing whatever my opponent could be doing over there. Yeah, the decay is just gorgeous. Bog, Vesuva, Titan, all in old border. Vesuva too? No, Vesuva is not an old border, right? Casali, nice. Also Bloodbraid, they use the good art, the original art. Always the original art is the best. Chalice looks great. Obviously Prime Time. Some good stuff. Yeah, Vesuva, I heard that it was like a mythic or something. Yeah, Vesuva is a mythic. Like, what a waste of a slot. Why would you make Vesuva a mythic instead of a rare? Is it really expensive in paper? They also reprinted Flagstones, which is good. New frame Dryad Arbor. Opponent goes down to 3. Mulligan to 3. It's possible that my opponent knows who I am and they are just mulligan into turn 2 Blood Moon. Norky Tricky, coming back for the 3rd month. Thank you for the incredible job. No, thank you for supporting the stream, Norky Tricky. Really appreciate it. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. So I'm probably playing a bird here. A lore mythic. Played 2 leagues with this deck and went 3-7 because it's structurally like not anything I played before. Yeah, it's possible. Casale seems playing Maverick. Not really. Since the printing of Knight of Autumn, that's the card that people have been playing instead. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna kill my bird? Or are they gonna get their land? They're probably gonna get their land now. Would be awesome to draw an Eldritch Reclaimer. Mythic also didn't exist back in times for a block. Yeah, but like still, it's kind of a waste of a mythic. Imagine you're excited about opening your pack and you open like a Vesuva. You open the mythic and like even in freaking draft, it's just like this is not like a normal draft set. So like packs for this are gonna be kind of expensive, I assume. Yeah, that's why I was asking. Like, is Vesuva expensive? Because if Vesuva is an expensive card, then it all of a sudden it just makes sense. Obviously, I'm gonna blow up the run instead of the sprawl because of my opponent missing line drops. Yeah, my opponent definitely knows who I am. Vesuva is $36, so not bad, yeah. Kind of want to go back to Paper Magic, then I look at the prices. Yeah, it's not the cheapest hobby, no. We can find a bunch of things here, so for example, both of these. So we're playing against Pomsa. This kills Clothies or Blood Moon, so it's fine. I guess they're playing Ren. This is good against Bloodbraid. I guess Oreo champion? It just stalls a bunch of their stuff. Sure. Seems like you don't have much for control. My deck is just naturally very good against control. Knowing the matchup, I can keep this hand. Like, I just have a bunch of lands, which is exactly what I need. I wouldn't keep this hand on the blind. Why did they change the UI in Coco? I have no idea. Wizards are the champions of questionable button placement. On Arena, they put the leave game button underneath the view board button. It's the only logical place for it, right? Basic forest, basic plains, hopefully. But I'd rather have 2 basic forests with my current hand, because Corsair probably helps me find my plains. Ren is good. My opponent's like the slowest player. The slowest Ponza player I've ever seen. That's cool. It's a cool draw. Nice top deck. ¿Qué opinas del titán con el borde antiguo? Es un deleite. Me gusta el borde de muchísimas cartas, pero en el titán me parece que queda raro. Es como ver. No, es espectacular. Me encanta. Se te ve medio raro, no, a mí me parece espectacular. Bloodbraid Elf. What do you got for me, opponent? Arbor Elf is fine. And the nice thing is now I get to play Flagstones and I get to actually ramp. Plus for no value. Sounds good. Opponent gets in there. Sweet. It's okay. Play stones. Say go. New art, new border. I think this is my favorite Bloodbraid art, but I like the other one too, the original one. I think it fits the frame better. Okay, so I guess you have to do this now. Plains. Get. I guess I'm gonna get a basic forest, and I'm gonna get a basic plains here. Now the question is, do I company or do I just Courser? I guess it depends on my draw step. See some Pyro. That's pretty good. You get to discard the land and they get to get it back with Ren. Not bad. All of the new art and border version are making me want to get out of the signed card game. It's a legit concern. It's a legit concern. It's a terrible top deck. I could track her into land and draw. I'm not too afraid of my life total. So I'm more interested in assembling a good board presence. But the problem with companying is that I don't know what I'm getting. And whatever I get, I need to be very impactful. There's also the possibility of just playing Courser. Courser stabilizes better, I guess. Draws cards, I guess. The problem is that now these two mana are going to waste. So that part is not great. But now my opponent doesn't have good attacks. We do. Rain Ultimate doesn't do anything. So my opponent, I'm probably gonna block the Bloodbraid if my opponent attacks. Maybe my opponent pinks pinks with Ren. Pillage my land. Sure. There's literally Remnant of Excavator on top of my deck, so obviously that doesn't concern me too much. The last card is the Season Pyromancer. F's in chat for me. Actually, I think I'm gonna let that go. Take 3. It feels like we have more staying power than my opponent. I actively want my opponent to block here. To block with both. And now I'm gonna play my land. And now I'm gonna company. Looking for Skyclave. Dryad. Oreo Champion? Huh, this is very close. Man, thank you for the follow. Huh. All of these are very interesting. I guess Reclaimer is the better one. Nice. Not a bad top deck. Like, my opponent can ult Ren and they can start pillaging my lands and it just doesn't matter. And they play the land, so now their Ren ultimate is even worse. So if I block like this, my opponent pings the Dryad. And bolts the Elvish Reclaimer. I can also just block like this and take 1, which I think is probably going to be the better play. And if they want to use a bolt or a Ren ping to kill the Reclaimer, I'm definitely okay with that. Okay, Ren 6 has ultimated. And now what? They literally know about this Ramenek Excavator in my hand. Like, this is known information for them. You got tokens. And now, an Arbor Elf. And that's it. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna company here. I can find another tracker, and if I find an apparition or Knight of Autumn, that also counts. That just wins the game because I have a Valakut going. So we didn't though, but we can still get Knight of the Reliquary and a second tracker. This looks pretty good for me. I'm not gonna say I mean, I am gonna say I just don't understand what the point was. I really don't see the point. What if you play one Titan and Fierce Empath? Why? Primeval Titan wouldn't be that good in this deck either. This is not a deck built with Primeval Titan in mind, so it wouldn't be very good in this deck. This is the second league of the day. Anger of the Gods. It kills 2 Tireless Trackers. You got it. You're still dead on board. Do you have a second anger? Even if they do have a second anger, they do. Oh, because they retraced it. Like we're still killing them with Knight of the Reliquary. We have three clues to crack. Knight of the Reliquary. Why is this card in my opponent's deck? How was the first deck? Is very beautiful. We went 3-2. We're about to win this game here. Because I'm a Coco deck and Anger is good versus Coco. That's not even that true. Anger is good against some Cocos. It's not good against all Cocos. I guess I should have cracked the clue first. Yes. Seven, yeah. Yep. They forgot they have Season Power. I mean, it's not like they can win, but... But yeah, we made some changes in the since the previous league. Trying a couple of different things. Imagine ulting Renin 6 and losing. I mean, it's just the logical thing, right? Like my opponent missed on a couple of Ren pluses to draw a couple of lands, and then they ultimated without any plan. So it kind of makes sense for that to happen. Don't discard my only good card. Push my dude. Come on. Push my dude. I dare you. There we go. Put a great henge in the deck. It's kind of hot, I'm not gonna lie. Look at all these 1-for-1 trades. So many 1-for-1 trades. This is fair magic at its finest. It's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. That's a big goif. Hella big goifo. Also, I should have gone a forest there. Kill there, kill there. Yeah. If you hit operation, they can't Lily. Yeah, but it's way better if I hit operation. It's way better for my opponent to be attacking. It's way better for my opponent to be attacking and for me to operation the goif. This is basically a fetch land that doesn't damage me. That's the... That's literally the best thing my opponent could have found, right? They can't attack though. I guess they are. So that has to mean that they have a bolt in hand? No, but they would have prevented me from drawing the clues. Oh. F. I misclicked. I wanted to get the forest. I was thinking of getting the forest and I clicked on the flagstones for no reason because I'm an idiot. Precision's good. Liliana. Okay. Jundo. Jundo. You have no idea how much this deck makes me happy. Can't wait to play it again. It really is great. It really is great. Like, I've been having an amazing time working on this list. Also gives me a nice little excuse to dust off ye old reclaimers. Much better. I think I'm shipping the path to exile. Good top deck. This is obviously not great against Lily, but I mean, if we don't hit our land drop, we could be in trouble. It's good, Liliana. Not hitting land there is brutal, right? We're actually playing 27 lands right now. Actual 27 lands. That's so rough. Just run 28 lands. That's it. We found it. Damnation? That's a card. Just gonna get some life to not die to this rage intervene so quickly. Land, please. Thank you. I was about to enter desperation mode. That's a big whiff. I was gonna say I'm doing this because I know there's a Dryad on top and it shuffles the top of my deck so I can find lands. There we go. We kind of whiffed there. Never mind. This is great. Everything is fine. My opponent is to find a removal spell off the top or they're gonna lose. That's definitely a mistake. If they find Fatal Push, they're gonna really regret having fetched there. I need to play this deck. It's been fun. I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's been fun. Flux is a pretty sick combo piece. It's basically like another fetch land that doesn't cost you life. Fairy Seer has entered the battlefield. More chewing noises. Nice. Like the Bujukabog addition in the board makes the deck officially absent. Oh, come on, Kevin. Come on. Bujukabog is Amulet way before it's absent. Come on. You know this. You're better than this. Just Kai Charming, thank you for the follow. Just gonna go get Gathering Township. We start activating it next turn. Opponent casts a Bitter Blossom. I say we should let him win. Fairy Seer deserves it. They scry 2, bottom 2, scry 2, bottom 2. Honestly, my opponent is really lucky. Getting 2 Fairy Seers in MH1 draft is like the best Ninjas opening by so much. Very lucky. Okay, now we're talking. Now something is about to happen. So my opponent is just playing blue steel. Rotorok coming back for the 6th month in a row, half a year. Seeing Reclaimer still showing potential makes me less sad about Philadelphia going away. It's only about lack of creativity, Rotorok. If you have faith, and your heart is in the right place, gonna find ways of making Reclaimer work. I guess I'm not so sure I wanna Stone Cold Serpent, that's fine. Yeah, okay, so I guess that we're not gonna... Well, we have to exile that, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is fine. Don't mind if I do. Well, there's nothing I'm blocking, right? I have 2 blockers and my opponent's attacking me in the air. Is there any reason for me to want to fetch? I guess to not die, because of course there is the only reason for me to want to fetch. How much am I taking? I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4. If my opponent plays another Throne of Nonsense, I'm going to have 2 blockers. I guess that if I do untap, I can't realistically lose, so I think that attacking just with the Ooze is going to be better. So if I am in desperation mode for whatever reason, I can just gain life if I really, really need to. Not popping Fluxus, I can't. Knight only sacrifices for a sword place. Whenever after I cast my Dryad, I'm gonna be able to, but not before. Blue Steel. Blue Steel is what my opponent's playing. The issue with that deck is that it really depends on its opening 7. It feels like we're going to have a lot of strong sideboard options against them. Also, how do they ever do anything if they don't draw this card is what I'm wondering. If they don't draw Chief Engineer, like, what does their deck even do? Can their deck even do anything? I think this game would have been a lot closer than it currently seems if one had drawn second land on turn 2. You mean like my opponent would be in... Yeah, for sure. If they had found a land, but they're probably playing like 13 lands or something ridiculous, right? Wait, what is this? Ninja of the Deep Hours? Please tell me my opponent's gonna ninja. Please ninja me, opponent. I am begging you to ninja me. Because that would be the most awesome thing. Sea Dasher Octopus. Damn. Taking 6. If we do untap, we are gonna win though, which is nice. La Gauni, ¿para qué no es mejor una Fountain? No, la Gauni es para... O sea, el mazo puede ir en un plan go wild, como en este momento. Y la Gauni te da una posibilidad de... Es un mana sink. Smuggler's Copter. Alright, shuffle and there's another Dryad. Okay. We're gonna get a fetch land here. There we go. So this is gonna kill this. This is gonna kill that. Eat that. Eat that. Eat that. Oh, I guess I could have gone face and I could have just won. Whoops. To be honest, it's a lot more fun to clear my opponent's side of the board. This company deck is the nuts. It's fun. I've been having a lot of fun. Nicely done, says my opponent. And I say thank you. Smite of Autumn seems good. I'm probably not interested in Archon on the draw. Maybe on the play, Archon in particular is a little bit more interesting. One path to exile, we don't want Revoker. Ooh, seems bad. Raminap seems bad. Tracker seems bad. What is ice? Good question. This deck is in some next level shit. It honestly feels like it's better than it looks like at first sight. Hand's too slow, unfortunately. This one I will keep. And I'm probably going to bottom the redundant Dryad. Mausoleum Wanderer. Solid top deck. Should I have gotten like just a Temple Garden there, maybe? Maybe. I love that the knight is just gonna come down and it's just like, yep, I'm a 4/4. No big deal. Don't worry about it. They told you green white was gone. Don't come to me with that nonsense. This is a green white stream. Luxodon Smasher or Smiter? I have hard cast my fair share of Luxodon Smiters. I have hard cast my fair share of Luxodon Smiters. Too bad you had to drop Anonymous Call and can't call this Anonymous Toolbox anymore. Iceman, you're threading on thin ice, my friend. Luxon Smite versus Shrux on turn 2 is phenomenal. Yeah, Bailoff is better. I'm really going to Reclaimer, Astral Ren, Titan Violet, Green White Company with Illy Lance and Lance accessories. Yeah, that's basically a pretty solid what's the word? A pretty solid way to capture the stream's essence. I guess I do want to fetch a plains here. We are hitting a little bit of the, what's the way to say it? Like the fail rate, I guess, or the problem with playing this kind of cards in this deck. Honestly, this would literally be better as lands in my hand, but we need them to make mana, so I'm gonna have time. I'm not gonna have enough time to stabilize before my opponent kills me without a Cursor. Cursor is probably our best draw. If we find Cursor, I'm gonna be very comfortable. I guess Knight of Autumn would slow down the clock significantly as well. Flagstones, I guess, is the best draw. Tagged bands, think will follow. Goku is playing Valakut now. What a time to be alive. I mean, I am playing Valakut. I am a Valakut lover. Not in a Coco deck, Bailoff isn't better. I once kept the heading as Martyr that had 4 lands and 3 Smiter. They led with Inquisition. Nice. Valakut is playing Coco. That's more accurate, yeah. What do you got going on over there, opponent? What are you doing? Okay, that's scary. Okay. You gonna kill my dudes? Or what? No cards left in hand. So this is my opponent's business. Like, this is what they got. So I think we can beat this. Yep, we can beat this. I'm gonna sack this for Flagstones. Then we're gonna sack Flagstones and every land just wins the game. Is it better to Pathcopter or is it better to pass Signal Pest? It's better to Pathcopter, right? What is that, Mono Blue Fires? It's called Blue Steel. It's a deck that showed up a while ago. It's a cute deck. Doesn't seem particularly powerful. So I'm taking 6 this turn. This has text. So these dudes don't do anything. Unless my opponent wants to like sack both of them. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I guess it's better for me to kill the Copter. How do we do the first league? We went 3 and 2. And now we are 2 and 0. Blue Steel has the coolest name. Can't wait for Magnum. Magnum. It's beautiful. That's such a great movie. That's such a fucking great movie. Alright, so the goal here is to draw literally any land, or I guess most things just win here. We also have Ghost Quarter to blow this up if we need to. There was an argument for gaining 4 there. I don't think that's what I want to do. I do want to serve, though. Ballista is potentially problematic, though. Ballista number 3 would be potentially a problem. But we should be able to beat most other things. We should be able to beat most other things. There's also the fact that this can find Ghost Quarter. Yeah, I have to assume that this is for this member. Yeah, I assume that this is just for the cycle, but this could be for this member purposes. Wormcoil? We beat Wormcoil very easily. We don't care about Wormcoil. It's not lethal. It's for the 4 of Bitter Blossom? Maybe. I don't know. I honestly have no idea what my opponent's doing over there. Yeah, with Dryad in play, Knight, of course, actually can sack the Flagstones. Is that enough? Good. Second Valakut. 12 damage. We kill. I think that's enough. I guess we lose to Ballista. Oh no, we actually have lethal, never mind. It's the same. Like, killing their things is exactly the same when I'm gonna be attacking for 6. Yeah, we still win. And we're fine. Not bad. Not bad. Can we run it back? Can we run it back? The last bunch of times I open this stream, I see X and O score. I'm a beast. I've been doing fine lately. Modern has been treating me well. Dakalope, thank you for the follow. Have I already 5-0 with this list? Not with this specific list. But yeah, we did it on Tuesday. Busted deck. Oh no. Have we whiffed on Coco yet? No, we haven't. I don't want to play Knight because I don't want to expose the Knight to just get like bolted, you know? I'm trying to wait until I find a fetch land. Another Goyf. Maybe I get punished by slow rolling this, not over the crate a little bit too much. I don't think so, but I don't know, it could be. This is a K command. It's fucking gross. Love to see me jam Boomerjant. I've played Boomerjant a couple of times. In fact, I think I played Boomerjant exactly once, and I went 5-0, and I never played it again. You cannot have Fatal Push number 3. That's just not realistic. Yeah, they can't have it. Holding into a land for K command purposes, also for bluff value, but mostly for K command. Scavenging news. Fuck. Can we draw a Dryad, please? Ask and you shall receive, I guess. Not necessarily the wrong one. Three plus 4. This is fine. Just don't do anything. There's a land underwear in business. We have a knight. We can shuffle. That is why this card is strong. Because we have a lot of control over the top of our deck. It would suck if their last card in hand is a Colaga's Command. That would be problematic. Seems like the top of their deck is not a Colaga's Command. We can Balakut or we can fetch land. I think I want to fetch land. We can't sack. No, we can't. But not even trying to save this goose. No, they're just mentally checked out. We played this matchup earlier today. What I did is I cut all of my random 1-drops that get killed by Red and 6, and I instead brought in removal and Auriok Champions. And a Bojuka Bog. Yep. Thanks again, Wizards, for the whitelisted account. Salt B, thank you for the follow. This deck is unbeatable for John. I don't know if actually unbeatable, but I think it's probably a good matchup for us. Leaning on these because I can draw a white source and then I would like to play the Auriok Champion. But if I don't find the white source, then I can still play the Valakut tapped, so it's not a big of a deal. Ren and 6. I don't think this deck is supposed to be favorable as a John, to be honest. It should be around 50-50. I mean, it was favorable against John even back when back in the day, like in 2014 or whenever this deck was played. I can't even remember when that was. Even back then, the John matchup was favorable. And now we're playing Collected Companies, we're playing like all of these cards. It's kind of logical for the matchup to be favorable. Like, all of our cards are 2-for-1s. All of our cards are just freaking 2-for-1s. Punished by the Oro Champion trigger. Did you see that? We were actually punished for the for Oro Champion triggering. That's brutal. So I think I'm probably eating the land. That lets my opponent eat the Courser. But that's fine. That makes their Goif tiny. I'm chilling at 24. Like, this seems like a card advantage battle, in my opinion. Okay, that's very good for them. Common sense. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Coming back for the 9th month? What's under the hat? Nobody knows what's under the hat. Nobody can know what's under the hat either. Okay, that's actually devastating. That's absolutely devastating. Legs been going well? Yeah, legs have been going fine. So we have to chill now, unfortunately. Liliana? Master Pulse, okay. The good thing is that Oreo Champion checks the Ravine. No, I didn't miss that they could eat the Valakut. Oof. It's kind of one of the ways that we may be able to get back into this game. So we can draw Path to Exile. Okay. So now opponent can ultimate Ren, Palm Daddy 6 and give it a follow. Push Tracker. Diablo XAC, thank you for the raid. Welcome all of you raiders. We're having some fun here, playing some spicy little number. Spicy little number is probably an accurate way of calling it. But this deck has been a lot of fun so far. And it's been performing above expectations, if I'm being honest. How was your stream? I think Boys could be a good cyber card. I love that shit card. I mean, you just described the card very accurately. It's just a shit card. It's not very good, so no, I don't think it's a good idea to play that. So if I block here, I force my opponent to split the difference. but I force them to use their mana. So let's do this. We don't have Bojuki Bog in our deck, so we can exile my opponent's graveyard so we don't have to worry about the Ren ultimate. But I really need to draw something like another company is probably our best draw. I mean, our other company is our best draw. And then we could have stuff like they have a K command. Oh, they drew a land. I mean, the K command is in the graveyard. So never mind. So we're probably gonna die here. Oh, that's lethal. Okay. Wow, we would have gotten there. Okay, game number 3. I don't think anything really changes. Masterfully gonna be on the play this time around though. Bran 1M4L. Think of the follow. So I think I'm gonna go Dryad on 3. Just because it ramps me. So they get back the Mire. It's pretty good. And this forces my opponent to action. I need to do something about this. Liliana? Okay. They do have a Mire in hand. Now the question is, do we want to tracker plus something? I think we just want a company. Yellow. It's not bad. So we probably want to Dryad plus Apparition. There's so many options, god damn it. There's so many options. I think we're picking Apparition for sure, because like getting rid of this Ren and 6 seems very important. And I think I care more about the Ren and 6 than the Liliana. It is not Scavenging Ooze. I don't think it's our champion either. So I think it's between Knight of the Reliquary and Tireless Tracker. So I think I'm getting Tracker, just so I draw a card. Wolven Joe, thank you for the follow. What am I pitching here, though? To the Lily. Bolt the Tracker. I think I'm discarding Courser. It's the Bloodstained Mire we knew about. Second Liliana. Ashiok. So I guess my opponent was very excited about making sure Land, please. Why do they want to make their dudes smaller? Why would they want to make their goyf smaller? I actually you think about the follow. Alright, that speaks to me like desperation. Fulminator Mage. Got it. Sounds about right. Feels boosted. Thank you for the follow. Was that good? I don't know. Who am I to say? Who am I to say what's good and what isn't? Like to find other reasons with my tap. I wasn't casting anything. I wasn't gonna be casting the reclaimer. I don't think. No one is say you want to. Nikachu with a huge raid. Welcome everybody from Nikachu stream. Just out here, you know, breaking formats, making reclaimer great again. You know, just your average Thursday. How did your stream go? Are the folk able to stay afloat in the new modern? I know what I'm blowing my hard-earned ticks tonight. Yeah, exactly. Not today. I did last time. Nice. All right. Can we get another 5-0? Gills to pay the bills. Thank you for the follow. I don't love this hand, but I'm gonna keep it. It's okay power level wise. How about Bog main go over Township? It's possible that Township is just bad, but I wouldn't be playing Bog over it. We already have 3 lands and enter the battlefield and tap, and we just saw like how much we care about hitting our land drops. So is this deck good, still good, or what? I'm getting asked this a lot. I mean, it's not green-white Reclaimer, if that's what you're asking. Nikachu, this is not green-white Reclaimer. This is like a different deck. This is more based around the original green-white company decks from back in the day. Like the green-white Reclaimer, like the version with Primeval Titan, all that stuff, I tried to make it work and it was just bad. The best thing that I could do was something like this. Let's see if I can find it. Something like this or something like this. And it wasn't horrible. Like it wasn't it wasn't unplayable. It wasn't great like it used to be, but it wasn't unplayable. And now I'm just taking a completely different approach. This approach is based off of the green-white decks of back in the day. What the hell's my opponent doing over there? Hello? Is that Niv? Opa 169, thank you for the follow. Is that Niv? Is that what's going on? Yeah, I used the original Value Town lists as kind of like the starting point, and then I went from there. I'm obviously gonna get rid of this thing. Maybe she doesn't play this spell today. No, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen a Niv list in a while. But they're, I mean, that's not an opener that you see every day, right? Just turn 1 Blood Crypt, turn 2 Temple Garden. Like that's a that's a statement right there. Maybe a Tribal Flames deck? Is that what we're looking at right now? Just a Tribal Flames deck? That would be kind of exciting, actually. Can we please find lands? Five-color Shadow. I doubt that 5-color Shadow is going to spend so much time doing nothing. So I could find exactly Dryad plus Courser and I could hit a land, but I'm gonna play around my opponent's blue mana. Like I don't know what their blue is for. Okay, so it is Niv. It is Niv. Now we know what it is. It's just a Niv deck. Depending on what we hit here, we can just win. Wow, we hit Dryad Courser. Don't tell me there's a land on top of my deck. Punished. Punished. Wow, that's insane. So we have to hold control, we have to play this, choose this to keep, and I think I want to actually draw, the Dryad, so we're just gonna cycle here before we shuffle for Flagstones. Okay. If we untap with Knight of the Reliquary, oh, I guess we don't even need to untap with Knight of the Reliquary because our deck is just being kind to us. Here we go. Bulbies, thank you for the follow. Which build of Amulet do you prefer? The one that I've been doing really well with. You can find those in my YouTube. Okay, so that's a Wrath if I've ever seen one. So we're getting Wrath here. This is the Power Rangers of value. Damn. Strong statements. Oh, come on! Inquisition and Thoughtseize? Wow, opponent is a confirmed Lucksack. Absolute Lucksack. So that's 2 Dryads down. They have decay too. So I'm gonna just basically ask anything. We do have perfect info about the rest of their hand. Ding, 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 ding. We got a winner. This is not looking bad. This is not looking bad at all. This is not looking bad at all. Now is the real question. Do we play around second verdict or do we not play around second verdict? I think we do because there's basically no other way that we lose. No, I don't think my opponent's playing Scape Shift. They probably have access to... But like if they have access to a second verdict, like they used one already. So they need to have a second verdict because I know about this card. Like this is known information. So I think I'm going to deploy because I think that they don't have another one. Also, fetch lands are dead for them. They're more likely to have two removal than another verdict. Well, we know that they probably have Valky, right? Well, the problem is I do lose much by playing around it, right? If my opponent has two removal spells, or like a removal spell and a blocker, then my cursor just gets stuck. Opponent's playing Inquisition and thoughts in their div deck. All bets are off for what's in their... Yeah, that's definitely true. Because there's the other sweeper, the one that deals them damage equal to... Like, each creature damages itself equals to their power. And that kills my knight, but it doesn't kill the other two, so it's fine. May want to try on Nightfall again. I think that the blue... thank you for the follow, by the way, Rodeo-san, but... I think that the blue enchantment is just bad. You don't need to stretch the mana. My opponent says force toughness is broken. They have anger. That's very funny. That was fun. That was funny. So all of this just blank the Bring to Light, so that's nice. Auroch Champ is probably nice. Path is like okay. They only have Neva's creatures, and Neva is probably not enough to keep up with what we're doing. They didn't have Robert for anger. They had Bring to Light in hand, so they just go get it. Have I tried playing Ewit? No. I mean, I don't see why I would want to. So we have to be mindful of Ashiok. I've seen Blood Braids too. Yeah, it's possible. Omnath. Sure. Yeah, I guess Omnath is okay. Or are these decks bad matchups? I think Prowess is kind of rough. Prowess is rough, and oh, also I should have brought in Bojuka Bog. That was just a mistake on my part. Should have brought in Bog. That's nice. I'm doing this main phase because now Reclaimer is a 3/4. I should go to this deck since it's much rougher than our Junt. Yeah, for sure. 100%. I think this matchup is a lot tougher. Like, this deck has way more card advantage than John does. It's a lot tougher for us to keep up with this deck than it is for us to keep up with Jund. In fact, Jund has to keep up with us. Not the other way around. It's a strong hand that my opponent gets to see here. Probably going to take the Dryad. I'm probably not going to deploy too much onto this board state. Township is still in the deck. I mean, just I don't know what you saw at Saint Elmo, so you can just see the deck list there. They took Mind Sensor. So we can, if my opponent BTLs, we can hope to Luxac into Archon or Eidolon. Is that something I want to do? There's no way they have Shadowed Out. Respect for Ashiok, but no respect for Shadowed Out. Push my dude. You got it. No blue mana. My opponent showed me Iset's Charm. So I think we pass and we company on their end step, or if they BTL, we company in response. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Let's go. No. Okay. So what did they get? A Ren, an Abrupt Decay, and a Kaya's Guile. Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Unfortunately, we can't do everything here. Valakut. Land. hand. They probably have to decay the Dryad, yeah. Which is fine. Oh, I guess I should have pinged in response. Yeah. Because I'm gonna fetch. I guess I don't have to fetch, because I have Tracker in hand. So I can just draw a bunch of cards instead. If they Kaya's Guile, I'm gonna sack the Courser. If we find a Dryad, we just win. Very unlucky. Very unlucky. Play now on the sweeper by holding up company. It's exactly the type of list I've been searching for. It's been decent. It's been decent. I've been happy with it. Let's leave it at that. I could company looking for either mines, the other guy. I think this is fine. What did they get? So they have 2 Rents now. They drew a sweeper. We can township here. I mean, we just win if we find a Dryad. How many Dryads do we have left? 3 Dryads? But my opponent showed me the verdict, though. Oh man, this is such a rough spot. I guess I can draw a bunch off of this tracker. Let's do that. So I'm just going to play the tracker, make a shit ton of clues. I don't care about the 6 damage that I'm about to take. I'd rather draw 2 cards with each one of these. Yeah, I think that this is the line. Just play tracker, draw a bunch of cards. If my opponent wraths, we Coco and step. If they don't wrath, We don't. It's as simple as that. I imagine that they're just going to swing for 6 and then Wrath. And then we're going to take it from there. They still have this decay, which is kind of annoying because it means that a Dryad is not going to be particularly great, but it's also not that big of a deal. I'm going to Coco on ends. I'm just going to get all the clues in the bank, and then I'm going to Wrath on end step. So now that my opponent does that, we do this. Get Valakut. What do we have left? We have exactly 1 planes left. Wrath resolves. Wrath solves, you might even say. Play a Wren. Marsh Flats. I guess Knight is huge, right? So we just get Knight plus Dryad. How many Nivs did my opponent resolve? Didn't even matter, right? Alright, I'm into it. I like this deck. I really like this deck. I really like where this is going. Yep. Heal the other who. I mean, to be fair, Healy is probably a bad matchup for us, right? But oh yeah, 100%. That cloud is not gonna farm itself, am I right? That cloud is not gonna farm itself. Are you playing the showcases this weekend? I'm playing on the Sunday ones. Depends on how many Skyclaves you see. Giant Apparition are good against them, and we have Revokers and Paths in the board. Township gonna go though? I'm not sure, honestly. I do want to have one more basic though. I will say that. Maybe like the marginal upside of the Governing Township is just not as good as the marginal upside of having basic number 5 to go fetch with like Ghost Quarters and your stuff. Castle Garenbrig. Why would you want Castle Garenbrig in this deck? You don't even have any 6-drops. Like we can double 3-drop, but you can't even Knight when you double 3-drop, and you can't cast Skyclave. Like Castle is just terrible here. I think it's sort of a matchup. We have lots of solutions in the board, and Valakut plus Skyclave, man. Yeah, I mean we have tools, but like they are a lot more consistent at doing the thing, and they are the one putting the onus on us. Casting 2 3s is not the worst, I guess. Yeah, that's what Collected Company does. No, I think that the upside of having a basic is infinitely higher than a castle. Like, by so much, it's not even close. Do you think Canopy over second GQ is an option? No. Canopy was bad. Like, I had a Canopy in this list, and it ended up getting cut for its 4th Temple Garden. Canopy is just bad. Have I played against Ron yet? You mean the deck with main deck Raminap and multiple Ghost Quarters and 4 Knights of Reliquary? And I played against it once and I beat it. I demand Skewed Swarm. If you want me to play anything of your choice, there's a donation option. I can play whatever you want whenever you donate for it. If you're flooding, you can just get Township. Yeah, it's the same reason for something like Canopy or whatever. Like, that was the original idea. But the truth is that I don't really flood. I always have stuff to do. No Purge. 4 Skycliffs are basically Purge. Needs more Titan? No, it does not. How often does Skycliff operation fail you? What's that question supposed to mean? Heliod land to get our Dryad back? What? But yeah, the idea for Township was precisely what you're saying. Like, it's just a card that you can... It's just a mana sink, but the truth of the matter is that we have so many mana sinks as is. How has Ooze felt? Great. Very good. Hall of Helio Generosity to get Dryad. Like, oh, I get it now. You're memeing. I see, I see, I see. No. Again, we have a donation option available for everybody who wants me to play any meme stupid cards, but I'm actually trying to tune this into a real deck. So we're gonna keep the memes at the side. What about Selfless Spirit? Why? Just company into more. you don't need protection. So anybody that gives me suggestions, I want them to be suggestions for holes that the deck has. Like, anything that is just like, well, discard so we can grind better. It's just like, that's not the problem I'm having. In fact, I'm not even sure what our problems are. I imagine spell-based combo is bad. I imagine like Scape Shift, like Red Green Scape Shift is bad. Like, those are the decks that I'm like, okay, this is probably like rough for us. But like, all the suggestions that you folks are throwing at me are just cards that do what my deck is great at doing already. Why is Hole like meme by Academy of Ruins not? I think that question is a meme. When you are done today, you should write Nassif and tell him to put Dryad and Balak in his current green-white deck. Sure. If he's still streaming, sure. Read the Maddie. I'm going to play another league. Chill out, folks. Chill out. I'm just discussing potential changes that we can make before we go into the next league. I'm not done yet, okay? Don't worry about it. Feel like people go out on you, or if Cyborg accommodates. Oh, our Cyborg accommodates that. Yeah. So I have a couple of matchups where I'm trying to cut all of the 1-drops. But the Reclaimers. Juggernaut, thank you for the follow. So against like Ren decks or Lavadar decks, all of these 6 cards come out, and then I'm bringing in like Oriok Champions and Path to Exiles and stuff like that. So that's kind of the idea in those matchups. Maybe we should do like 2 Path, 1 Purge. Andil and thank you for the follow. We could do that. Purge is more flexible because it also answers Blood Moon and stuff like that. And also it's great when you don't give your opponent a land for your removal spell. Arasta? No, I'm not playing Arasta. If anything, I will be playing Spore Web Weaver, something I can company into, but like Arasta doesn't really make too much sense in my company deck. Meterle Viales? No. Folks, if you want to suggest something, please suggest something that makes sense. Don't just throw random stuff. Like, I'm trying to make this deck better. I'm not trying to make this deck into another meme. Radiant Fountain. I mean, I think I probably play Goblin Township before Radiant Fountain. Oof in the Cyber could be good, I think. But against what? Like, Oof is definitely Elder Gargaroth in my company deck. Like, Fox again. Hushbringer quizás contra Oracle. Hushbringer is interesting. Oof is also interesting. The problem is, are those cards better than the other cards that I'm playing? Like, are those cards better than, like, Eidolons on Archon? Can you just take the Cyber with hate bears for really good shell with? Yeah, but like, I played 3 leagues with this deck. We went 5-0, 3-2, 5-0. And we played against a bunch of grindy decks, and I won a bunch of matches. I don't think I lost against a single grindy deck. And then my losses were... What are my losses to? I honestly forgot what my losses were to. Oh, Mill, that's one of them. Mill, and which I'm not gonna play a card for Mill. Like, that's just a waste of a Cyber slot, I think. Mill and kind of forgot what the other thing was. Burner seems like a really bad matchup in theory. I played it once and I beat it fairly easily. But yeah, it's possible that it's a bad matchup. We are playing main deck Corsairs, we're playing Auriok Champion, and we do turn the corner very quickly with Dryad plus Valakut. It's transformed into a Heliod combo, yeah. Oh, Yakmoth, that was the other one. Yakmoth. Yeah. Is Raidani God of Worthy maybe? No. No, that card is just not very good, I don't think. It is not symmetrical percent. It's just too narrow. Like, I'd rather play Eidolon or I'd rather play Archon of Emeria, and I'm stopping the same cards that you're talking about. Like, I don't care about Wraths. Like, we got Wrath twice against Niv, and it just didn't matter. Spirits and Stormwing entities. Yeah, the issue is that against aggro, against, like, if I'm going, I'd rather purge a Goblin Guide or an Eidolon than path it. That's the main problem that I have. Thalia, again, for what? Thalia doesn't really help any of the matchups that I'm talking about. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna run it again and just get more reps with the deck. All right. Thank you for watching YouTube. I will be back for another league, and I'll hopefully see you there. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.